Welcome to the world between the worlds, to the wisdom of the blessed magical isle that is known as Avalon. For Avalon is no myth. She resides in real time and space, and in your heart. There is indeed a Lady of the Lake. The wisdom of Merlin is yours to be guided by, and the blessings of Morgan are your birthright. In these meditations, we will take you to meet the priestesses, to the tour, and to the cave of Merlin, where you will be given great gifts. Avalon is already in your heart, your blood, your ancestry. Now it is time to relearn and to reactivate her magic in this beautiful adventure into the soul and the heart of her sacred sites and her mysteries. Together now, we will journey to Avalon. Are you ready to begin? Come, take my hand. You are very safe and very loved. See with your inner vision a dark screen, which very gradually now comes to life, swirling with mist. There are curls of silvery greys and soft violets, pale blues and greens moving all around you. The dragon fae of the mist welcome you and long for you to come home to Avalon with them. Do not be afraid. You are very safe. Look down. See how the mist wraps herself about your bare feet, obscuring what lies before you, what lies behind you, what lies beyond you. There is only now and the space you are in at the present moment. Open your senses to this world. See the colors before you, the golden light shining through the mist, and feel the cool delicacy of the misty air, and smell the sweet, faint perfume of apple blossom. You walk a few steps further and find that your feet are now being lapped by silvery water. You are at the edge of the lake of Avalon. Before you, the mist disperses slightly, and you see coming towards you a coracle, a small wooden boat, elaborately carved and moving without sail, without oars. It has a gilded dragon's head at its prow, and it glides towards you through the silken waters. At the prow of this coracle stands a tall, pale woman with long red hair that falls to her hips. Her blue robe swirls about her, and her eyes look at you with infinite welcome and with infinite love. She gestures for you to come on board, and you find yourself effortlessly standing with her as the barge turns and glides into the mist. All around you is the gentle kiss of the veil between the worlds and the comfort and companionship of this woman. It feels like you know her, but you do not know from when or from where. Just that she is friend, mother, and sister. You gaze out, and the shimmering surface of the lake lies before you, a great mirror above which the mist floats, a mirror in which you can see the past, the present, the future in the now. This is the great lake of Avalon, and your guide is the lady of the lake. The lady raises her arms and lowers them in a simple movement, and before you the mist evaporates. You see a beautiful island rising from the waters. This island is covered in lush green grass, with wildflowers growing freely. There are tangled stretches of ancient forest, and a procession of tall and ancient oak trees whose roots stretch back to the beginnings of time, wind their way to the top of a very tall and sacred hill, the Tor. As the silver shore meets the green land, you can see that along the sides of the hill are ridges, pathways, paths carved into the hill by the footsteps of the many pilgrims, priestesses, druids, seekers, healers, and wise ones who have walked there before you. On its summit is a tower, a church tower that seems ancient, but which feels somehow wrong in the landscape. As you wonder at its presence, you catch fleeting glances at the magical beings of this place. They are shy, yet they bid you warm welcome. You step out onto the ancient earth, and you turn to thank the Lady of the Lake for bringing you here. But she is gone. You walk forward. The green grass is cool and soft underfoot. You begin to climb the hill, and as you do, your eyes search for the church, but it is growing fainter and fainter until it fades completely from view. And from within the ground, you see a mighty stone circle rising, until in place of that tower stands a circle of stones. 9 tall monoliths, each different, perfect, unique. Slowly you walk through the procession of oaks to the top of the hill, and as you pass each oak, they bend in greeting to you. And you smile in wonder as you hear their ancient voices speak their words of welcome. These are in another language, but there is perfect understanding between you. When you reach the final oak, a branch is extended towards you, and you are gifted a long staff, winding and smooth under your hand, and so full of power you can feel its song. You bow and thank the tree, and you journey on to the top of the Tor. You are drawn to the stone circle, and as you reach the summit, you walk around it once, feeling the energy of this place. You place your hands on one stone, and your hands vibrate and shimmer with the energy that emanates from this stone. And a corresponding murmur of voices is heard all around you and within you, outside of you. These are the voices of the ages being awakened within you, and you know that the stones too speak, that they too have a language, and that they are now communicating with you. Their voices soften and fade, and at your feet you now see a crystal created by the sounds and the voices you have heard. A sister stone to the great stone circle. You reach down and you hold it and slide it into place on the staff the oaks gifted you with. You now see before you an entrance on the side of the tour. Between two trees, there is an opening into the hill itself. You reach this place, and the earth herself parts and invites you to enter and experience her mysteries. As you move forward, you notice a golden glow, growing brighter and brighter. You step through an entrance and into a deep, large cave filled with sparkling crystals, the softest violets in tone. They shine so bright, yet you do not look away, and they give off the most beautiful sound. You notice the crystal at the end of the staff glowing brightly, humming to the others, and you know you are hearing the same sacred sound you heard before when you met with the circle of stones. At the center of this cave, directly under that stone circle, stands another circle of 9 beautiful women. They are the priestesses of Avalon, known as the Morgans. They send out so much love, acceptance, and compassion that you can feel your body, your chakras, and your aura vibrating with this energy. They gesture for you to come closer, and as you do, you are embraced by each priestess, who says to you as she kisses your cheek, "Thou art blessed." As you receive each kiss, each priestess transfers to you a part of her gift, the gift of power, the gift of sensuality, the gift of knowledge, the gift of love, the gift of beauty, the gift of expression, the gift of divination, the gift of wisdom, the gift of truth. They are the priestesses of Avalon, and they love you very much, for you are a child of Avalon, and they welcome you home. You gently but firmly feel a hand taking yours, and you know you must surrender and trust, and you find yourself moving forward into another tunnel, even deeper and darker than before. You notice that you're in the center of another cave. Deep amethyst and obsidian glow all around you, and in front of a silver cauldron, over a blue fire, stand 3 beings. One is the Lady of the Lake. One is an ancient man with long silver beard and twinkling blue eyes. He is Merlin. The other is a beautiful woman with long waving hair the color of raven's feathers. She is Morgan. From the cauldron pours a healing smoke. It is clearing all that is no longer needed from all of your systems. And all 3 beings stand back and allow the black-haired woman to stir this silver cauldron with a silver apple branch. The beautiful, healing smoke continues its clearing work. As the smoke clears, you see at your feet a large stone. Within it is embedded a sword, shining like it is made of light. Merlin, the Lady of the Lake, and Morgan all gesture for you to take it, and you feel full of wonder. You place your hand upon it, and you draw forth the sword from the stone. This is the sword of your own truth and sovereignty. You are now free. You are strong. You are home. Merlin, the lady, and Morgan smile and gesture for you to come forward. You sheath your sword at your side, and the lady hands you a grail, a shining chalice from which you drink the waters of the red and the white spring, refreshing you so deeply you finally understand how profound your thirst has been. Refreshed and free, with your oak staff and your crystal stone, with the water of the Grail and the sword of truth, you thank and farewell the lady, Merlin, Morgan, and the priestesses, and you gently close your eyes. And when you open them, you are back on the tour where you began this journey within. And you slowly walk down the procession of the trees, knowing it is time for you to return to your world, with the knowledge of Avalon now firmly at one with your every cell. As you approach the shore, the mists once again swirl about you. The Lady of the Lake joins you once again, and you embrace as she ushers you onto the sacred barge. As you step on board, you know that you have been initiated into the deep mysteries and magics of Avalon, and that you have received some of her wisdom this day. You glide over the water and reach the shore of your home, and you are farewelled by the lady. You know that you have passed a test, and that you are forever changed, and have been given great gifts. Know wherever you walk this day that you are of Avalon, and you are beloved of this holy isle and of all who dwell there. You are home. In our second powerful Avalonian meditation, we will connect with the goddess energy of Ceridwen. As a priestess of Avalon, as a druid of her old ways, you are able now to drink fully and fearlessly from the cauldron of life. You may be one of the Merlins, the wise ones who radiate knowledge, attracted to crystals and to staffs. They can shapeshift and blend into almost any environment. You may be a crystal healer, a gardener, a wise one who brews the herbs of our mother, the earth. Perhaps you are of the Fae, flirtatious and lively, but with a great and serious attachment to nature. Wayward, some call you, but I know that you are free. You may be an artist, a writer, a storyteller who reveals great truths and who keeps wisdom alive. You may be of the dragon fae, both dragon and fairy, feeling like you can fly, but sometimes that you need armor, and frightened sometimes of your own temperament. You may be a lady of the lake, gentle, wise ones and priestesses who are their society's healers. You may be a nurse, a therapist, an energy healer, or simply one whom others turn to for advice. There are many other Avalonians, among them knights and the ladies of the court. But whatever Avalonian you feel kinship with, all the sacred things of this earth are your treasures. For you have been star and stone, sea and sky, and now it is time to become whole again with the healing energy of Ceridwen's cauldron and of Avalon. Are you ready? Know that you are very safe and that I will be with you every step of the way. You are very loved and very protected. Let us begin. Ceridwen's cauldron is that of inspiration, of transformation, of rebirth. This meditational yet very real magical ceremony is a genuine ritual of rebirth. Just as the Celtic warriors were reborn of old, so too are you being reborn in every moment, with every breath. When we meet with Ceridwen, the patron goddess of poets and creativity, of mothers and fathers, of children and of magics, we take firm steps forward into a future full of love and wisdom. See before you now a sacred grove. In a ring of ancient trees, you see Ceridwen, the threefold Celtic goddess, the keeper of the cauldron. She has with her now 3 vast cauldrons. Are you ready to speak with her? Then let us continue. Ceridwen tells you that within the cauldron closest to her, she has placed magical herbs from the slopes of Avalon's sacred Tor. She asks for the blessed waters of the red and white sacred springs of Avalon to come to her and be poured into this cauldron. And under this cauldron, she has lit her holy Hollyoak fire of transformation, and she has stirred it with an apple branch for 1 year and a day. Ceridwen continues speaking with you, telling you that a year and a day is the usual length of initial study for anyone studying the Avalonian ways. In this span of time, we can celebrate each of the great festivals of the Wheel of the Year and work with the Lady Arianrod and her 13 moons. Within that year and one day, we make a commitment every day to be true to who we are. She shares that within her cauldron are the gifts of intuition, second sight, herb craft, shape-shifting, hearing and comprehending all the beings of this earth, of stone and sky, of sea and star. There are the gifts of communication with the animals, of forging bonds with the god and the goddess, and the key to reawakening who you truly are. The great truth of your being is that you have already incarnated as each of these elements, and you are now ready to learn more. But before you drink from this cauldron, there is something that must be declared and released. Think of what has caused you pain, and allow that which you wish to release to form etherically before you now. See it without anger or pain, but knowing that you are now ready to release this pattern, this experience. But know that you will always retain the lessons. Take this energetic representation of what it is you wish to release forward, and Ceridwen gestures to a cauldron next to her. Within it are the 9 sacred woods, softly burning with blue and violet light, waiting for you to clear all that you wish to leave behind. Name it, say it, know it, own it. And now, with love, see it enter the blue and violet flame of the cauldron of transformation. It vanishes with no pain, no hurt, consumed by the violet and blue flames that cleanse all such things. And you notice that you feel lighter, joyful, more free, soft and open. You look into Ceridwen's eyes, and you know she understands. She says, "You are now free. You have no further need of such things. Allow us to take these burdens from you, now and at any time you may have need of this in the future." At the end of each hard day, come to me and let us transform the hurts of the world together, transforming them into your lessons, your wisdom, your experience, and your strength. And know that they need not be repeated ever again. You nod and accept this offer. Ceridwen now hands to you a grail, a sacred cup, which is brimming with all the blessings of Avalon, which she has filled from the cauldron of rebirth. You take this and you drink from it, and you feel around you the increase in your perception. You can feel and understand the language of the land, of the animals, of the birds. And you know that you now have the energy to study and to learn more. And that each time you connect with Ceridwen, you will learn a little more. For this is just the beginning of a beautiful journey. You can taste the delights of the world, the earth's sweetness and mysteries as you have never tasted them before. You are bathed in golden light, and you know that in every day there will be blessings from this cauldron, and that this cauldron of transformation has helped you to shed your burden today, and that this cauldron of rebirth has helped you remember the gifts you may have forgotten. In the third cauldron, there is a deeper mystery that you will learn in time. But for now, know that who you are is a gift, and that you are loved and innocent and of wild, pure heart. You know now that it is time to return to your world. But before you go, Ceridwen smiles and wants to know if you have a question to ask of her. She waits as you taste your new knowledge, feel your new freedoms, and in that space, your question forms. Ask your question now. She considers and begins to speak with you. Hear her words echo within you. Now. She finishes, and you give her your thanks and farewell her for this time. Know that you will see each other soon, and that each time this healing will be safe and beautiful and complete. And each time you do this, you will learn something new and true and precious about yourself. You now turn and walk down the path that opens up before you through the forest until you reach your own self, your own time, in the room you are now in. You are refreshed, revived, and full of the love and the lessons of Avalon. May the magic of Avalon accompany you on every step, and may you listen and know her wisdom and love all day and all night long. For you are beloved of the God and the Goddess, and you are a child of Avalon, and blessed you be.